Hey, so welcome to our tree series. We're super excited about this event. Our trees are like so important to us. They bring us such joy, and we want to share that with everybody. So this should be our second, probably.
Yeah.
Yes, second in the series. If you haven't already seen our first video, which would be the Grinch-inspired tree, go back and take a look at that because it's a really nice look. It's super hot this year, the Grinch stuff. So, well, you know what I mean. It's very trendy. I'm not too old to say that word. Anyway, this is Michael 1's favorite tree. I'm Michael 2, if you're new here. Michael and Michael. Yes, that's the name of the channel. This is going to be his tree, his favorite tree. So tell us a little bit about what it's going to be.
So this is the bird tree. So that's kind of the theme of this tree every year anyway, and we just kind of add more birds to it as we go. So we've got a lot of birds. It's very kind of nature-y inspired, and there's like berries, birds, feathers, velvet. It's basically a hodgepodge of everything.
Trend number 2, velvet. Velvet is huge this year, so if you haven't already gotten your velvet, you probably won't.
Yeah, I had trouble getting what velvet I had. And I got some from Kirklands. They have a really good selection. I would even wager that Kirkland's velvet, or flocked, as they're calling it now, ornaments are better than Hobby Lobby's. But I've got both, so I can't really say too much.
We are using both.
Negative.
It's good to mix and match. But anyway, in the series, please know, I think we've got 8 or 9 different videos that are coming out. So there'll be Fridays and Sundays every week. We'll have a new tree each and every week. We have some really unusual trees that are coming, a dress form tree, an upside down tree, some really unique themes that we do every year too. So please, if you haven't already, give us a subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you know what's coming. We really look forward to showing you all of these amazing trees. Also, you may hear our dogs throughout the video. They're running around everywhere, and our boy Asher likes to pant. So if you hear it, that's just the dog. So apologies for that. Also, our house is going to be an absolute disaster as we put these up. Anybody that puts trees up knows it looks a mess until you get it done. So please note there's stuff laying here, there, and everywhere. And with, I think there are in total 10 trees. A couple will be in one video on its own. So with 10 trees, you can imagine what our house looks like right now.
It's very claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Until it's all put up and done.
Yeah, there are totes everywhere.
Yeah.
And ornaments laying everywhere. We've tried to be organized, but it's kind of impossible to do. So I think Michael's going to start with how to set up your tree. We're only going to show you once what we do to fluff our trees out. I can't touch these. They irritate the devil out of my hands. So I'm going to turn it over to him.
Alright, so this is our tree. It's fresh out of the tote, out of the building. And you can see it's all mangled and pressed and really, you know, it's definitely been packed in for an entire year. So first thing you got to do with your trees is you got to fluff them really good. As Michael was saying, he really can't touch these trees because the snow irritates his hands. I don't like it either, but it makes for a pretty tree. So what I like to do is start from the top and work my way down to the bottom. It's the easiest with kind of the fluffing because as you can see, some of it's like pressed tight, some of it's still out. So I just start at the top and I start kind of like pulling little pieces out and working my way around. And yes, you're going to get this stuff all over you the entire time you do it.
And it makes a mess in the floor.
It makes a terrible mess in the floor. So it's one of those, don't even attempt to vacuum the floor before you put the tree up because it's just gonna, you'll need to do it again.
And of course, if you don't have a flock tree, that's not gonna happen to you.
I really wanted to change this tree and do a cashmere tree this year, but Michael doesn't like cashmere trees. And so we're just gonna stick with the flock. Maybe next year I can talk him into getting a cashmere tree and doing it. But see how you can see it's already kind of taken shape. And really what I'm doing is going in here, taking little pieces, and going like back and forth, you know, anywhere that you see like a little hole or a gap, just go ahead and, you know, mingle that in. But also keep in mind if you have bigger ornaments that you're going to hang or like, you know, stuff into your tree, you want to leave spaces for those too.
You'll see we definitely have that. We love the larger ornaments.
Yeah.
Also, no, you don't have to be perfect with this step because you're going to fluff it a little bit more when you put your lights and your ornaments and everything else on too.
Yeah, so, and also if this is going in, my little trick or secret here, which I kind of think it's a little lazy, but I don't really care. I don't fluff the back too much if it's going to go against like this is going in between two bookshelves. I leave it a little bit flatter so we can really shove it against there. And
remember too, if you have minimal space like we do, you can make the back of the tree flat and put it up against a wall. It's totally fine. Like he said, you're not going to see it, so it doesn't really matter. And we do tend to do that. You're going to see a couple of our dress form trees that are going to be smack against the wall. It's like she's been sitting in her dress and it's going flat. So yeah, it's okay to do that. Yeah. Now, if you don't fluff your trees, shame on you. You need to do this.
I'd be kind of ashamed to show it. That's really mean to me. So. But that's just me. I'd be like, ooh, look how pretty this smash tree is.
Okay. Now that we're started, we're gonna
we're gonna go ahead and finish this.
We're not gonna show you all this now.
All right, so it's all puffed out and fluffed up and looking really nice.
It's a lot better.
Yeah, we vacuumed the floor a little bit around it because, as you could see,
vacuum as you go. People vacuum as you go.
Yeah, as you could see when I was doing all the pulling and stuff, it was just like raining down everywhere.
And the tree is flat in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want it to be up against the bookcase here. There's a corner. You can't see it. There's a corner to the bookcase, so we want it in the bookcase. This tree came from Michael's. It is a flocked pine pencil tree. In case you want to get one, I think these run about $150 when they're on sale.
This is what, 7 foot?
This is a 7.5. They do come in a 7 foot. We have 2 7-foot trees that we're going to do around our fireplace, so you'll see those as well. They run about $150 to $200 depending on the sale. We got these half off, so they're about $300 total price. So let's get some lights on here. All right, now that I'm this far up the tree, let me tell you what I'm doing here. So these are LED lights. Hence, you're getting this right now. Sorry about that. I love the incandescent lights, but we use so many trees that I'm a light fiend. I put lights, and I've blown breakers before. So I try to mix up LED and incandescent. So apologies. There's nothing we can do about that. But what I'm doing, I make my trees glow from the inside. So I'll take them all the way around, back and forth. I don't do the back. All the way around, back and forth, and I shove them down inside the tree once I get done. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to continue on. Alright, now that I'm at the top, I'll work my way back down and fill in the negative spaces. So we'll fill in anything that's looking a little dark. Like I said, I love a lot of lights on my tree. I think Michael thinks it's overkill. Tell us what you think. Are you tons of lights, or do you like a nice minimal look? So let us know. All right, there's our first draft. I'm probably going to say that a lot. I'll rearrange lights the entire time that we're doing this. And if you're anything like me, you're going to rearrange ornaments from December to January, however long you have a tree up. So, all right, it's Michael's turn. He's the ribbon expert, so I'm going to hand it over to him.
Okay, so now we're going to start ribbon. So I do the ribbon just because it's finicky and Michael doesn't like to do ribbon.
I'm not good at it.
No, he gets really upset when it doesn't get placed right. But I'm going to use 2 ribbons today. I'm going to use this green velvet ribbon. It's 15 foot of ribbon. It's not cut or anything. We got this ribbon from Walmart last year.
I'm going to step in. Let's talk ribbon for just 1 second. He just said cut. Let us know if you're a cut your ribbon or not cut your ribbon. I am a firmly don't cut your ribbon.
I'm an in-between.
Yeah.
I wanted to try cutting it this year because I seen some stuff, but that I wanted to try with it, but I think that I could probably accomplish it without having to cut it.
Yeah.
So,
Here's what you need to know about cutting it versus not cutting it. Yes, you can get a great look with the cut ribbon and you get the frills and all of that. I don't need that in my tree. I don't want a decorator's tree. I want my tree. And if I find a ribbon that I really, really like this, last year we found it at Walmart. Who knows if they're going to have it again the next year. So if you cut it, you're stuck with that length of ribbon forever. So you have to try and make it work the next year. And I don't like having to do that because I want this to be as easy as possible, right? And that makes it more complicated if you cut it. So you can always hide leftover underneath your tree skirt at the bottom. It's not that big of a deal, but you won't get quite the same look.
no, that's true. But I'm going to use this as the main ribbon, so the primary one, and then the second one I got on the coffee table here. I'm going to use this. It's kind of like a Baroque pattern, I guess. Like dark maroon, goldish. I'm still skeptical of how these are going to look together, but I think they're going to look good because I like gaudy. So I think it's going to be nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on the tree and we'll see how it looks. All right, so I'm going to start this first piece up here. I'm going to kind of tuck it in and I'm going to actually fold a branch around the ribbon and just kind of hold it in there. Nobody's going to see that, but that kind of gives you a moment to where you can actually start moving your ribbon around. So see, you can actually see it now, and it's not going to move on you. You can tug at it and move it all over the place, and it's not going to go anywhere. So I just like to take and wrap it all the way around, and then I go back in and tuck everywhere. So we'll go ahead and do that. So here comes in the no cutting part. I had to use a second roll, as you could see, just to feel a little bit at the bottom before I go in and start tucking everything. So I just fold up what's left and I just tuck it in the back of the tree. Nobody will see it.
While you're doing that, the dogs are coming in and out of the shot, so let's introduce our dogs. You've not seen them before. So this is Ari. Yes, he doesn't like to be picked up, do you? This is Armani, Ari. He's a little shaggy right now. We're going to the groomers on Monday. But he's a good little boy. And then the one that you hear, grunting and groaning, doing all the wonderful things is Asher. This is our Schnauzer. This is our Asher.
And he's mean as ever.
He's not mean. He's not mean. He's just very particular. He's like me. So this is what you hear in the background when you hear them going on. So there you go.
Alright, so now I've got all the ribbon kind of wrapped around for the big ribbon. I'm not gonna put the second ribbon on just yet because I want to get this placed just right. And then I'll go in with the second ribbon and go and do an opposite. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. But what I just go in and do is I take little pieces of it. This ribbon's a little finicky where it's thicker, and really just separate your branches and kind of shove it in different spots, because you'll hide a lot of that indentation with ornaments and stuff like that, but you want it to be pretty. So I'm just going to do that all the way around in different spots. And it doesn't have to be perfect at first either. And sometimes you'll take little branches if you need to and kind of push it in and like lock it in place. And yeah, you have to sometimes be very vigorous with your tree if you're going to do your ribbon right, and really go at it.
Something to be mindful of when you do this. I fell into this trap when I started decorating a long time ago. Don't do your divots in the same place.
Oh yeah, no. You want to keep
all the way
that
down because it will look really, really wrong. So kind of stagger them is the best way to do it.
Done with it. All right, so that's what I'm going to do with this one. So now I'm going to go ahead and start on the second ribbon, and I'm going to put it in between the green. I think
Oh,
it's
I like the
really
color
nice.
of those.
Yeah, and same with what Michael pointed out before with how these divot in. You don't want them to be all like dent, 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 dent. So what I do is I actually will offset them a little bit. So you'll see here's your dent, your kind of puff outs, every other. So I'll take and dent in there and then leave it out. So it gives a good, pleasing.
Also, everyone, puff out is a technical term used in decorating.
Yeah, puff out. Oh, gosh. All right, so change of plans. I don't like this ribbon on the tree with the ornaments that I bought for this year, so I'm actually going to replace it with this green ribbon, and it looks much better. So I'm going to get that done, and then I'll be right back.
Okay, ribbons on the tree. You can see where it's weaved in and out. Here's the thing, don't be concerned with how it looks at this point, because now we're going to start with the ornaments, and that'll fill those holes.
All right, we're going to show you the ornaments that we got, and then we're going to put them on the tree. So we got green, we got some burgundy, off-locked.
Those are from Walmart. Those have sold out super fast. Like, they're very trendy this year. These are
Black.
from Hobby Lobby.
They already got some stuff on them just because.
The green is from Kirklands, right?
Yeah, this green is Kirklands.
Yeah.
We got some darker hunter green, Hobby Lobby. We got
I love these.
taupe, this like a gray blue, another like sage.
The look of that.
Yeah, and then we got some glass ornaments and things like that too, and we'll just start putting them on.
So there it is, all done. Apologies for not showing you every piece of it. We weren't intending to anyway, because you know how to hang an ornament. It's not complicated. So we're going to take you through a tour of the tree. Enjoy some video here of the tree. It is our first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so bear with us as we work through learning how to record these and do it so that it's entertaining. But we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.